Hi everyone. Hi, this is Kevin from investbangkokproperty.com. So today is Tuesday. Today is Thursday. So I'm gonna be doing another project review, and today I'm gonna be talking about a completed development by Noble. All right. Why I am doing this video for this particular property is because I find that it is in a very promising location. Right now, it's already near very near to a existing MRT station, which is at Thailand Cultural Center. And if you study the map in time to come, Thailand Cultural Center will actually be a interchange between the existing blue line and the upcoming orange line as well. And for Thailand Cultural Center, just right across the road from this project, is actually the Stock Exchange of Thailand. All right, there's a shopping mall nearby. Generally, it's surrounded by office building as well. So actually, what happens right now is because it's a completed project. So our partners are actually doing property management for some of the owners in the development right now, and it does seems like the rental take-up rate is very healthy. The turnover is very fast, and the reason why is very simple is because the fact that the location is pretty near to town, so accessible to MRT, and for people who are staying there, they do not have to worry about the lack of amenities because just right across the road there's a shopping mall, there's a night market, or you can just simply take one train station down and you will be Rama 9. So it's super convenient, and this project, the entry price in terms of the total value is also very attractive. So that is the reason why I think this is something that you can consider, and I would like to bring it to your attention in this video, right? And the project that I'm talking about is called Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so this is the project that I'm going to be sharing with you today, Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. All right, there's number 2 behind because on the entire plot of land, they actually had a tower 1 and a tower 2, right? But both are pretty new. 2, of course, is the newer of the two. It's just completed recently. Tower 1 is not too bad. It's only like about 1.5 years old as well, right? So before we look at the project itself, let me show you exactly where about is this Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. Okay, so we look at the map. Okay, maybe I'll just start from here. So this is our website, investbangkokproperty.com. So you can actually find information of Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 over here as well. And if you would like to know more, you would like to get the e-brochure, you can just simply visit this site, and you can actually leave your name and contact details over here, and we'll be happy to send you the floor plans and the brochure for your further considerations. All right, so this is the two towers. This is the Noble 1 and this Noble 2. Okay, I think this is a good pictorial representation of where this project is. All right, from the nearest exit of the MRT, it's only about 2 minutes walk to Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. Okay, and just right across the other side of the road, so it's like you can almost like literally throw a stone, you will be able to see the AIA tower as well as the new Stock Exchange of Thailand. Okay, so these are two very prominent grade A offices tower that are just right across the road from Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. And if you go slightly further to the right, which is actually all you have to do is to just cut through via the underground connection of the MRT, you can actually come out on the other exit, and that is where the nearest shopping mall is, the Esplanade. I've been there a few times. It's a rather comprehensive mall. There's a lot of food options. Even on a weekday when I went there, it is still rather crowded. I guess the crowd are coming from this office crowd as well. All right. Okay, we can look at this map here. So I actually did a search from the nearest MRT exit to walk to Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 is about 180 meters, so that's 2 minutes. So it is that near, all right? And so from where this two tower is, this is the AIA Capital Center Tower, Center Building, and then this is the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And if you realize, the Embassy of China is also just right next door. And where the shopping mall is, okay, this is the shopping mall, Esplanade Shopping Mall, and behind it is the famous Ratchada Rock 5 night market, which you can always go at the night. And then if this is not enough, just slightly further down the road, you can actually walk not too far away. Okay, is this place called the Street Ratchada. It is like a community mall with a lot of F&B inside. There's a big sea. It gets very crowded even after like 10 p.m. because a lot of the locals, they will actually drive over here and then they will chill out at the Starbucks. There's a lot of cafes and there's a lot of restaurants nearby, so this is a pretty happening place. Okay, and if you go straight one, actually we have walked in our last property tour. If you saw our video, we actually first visited Noble Revolve Ratchada 2, and then after then we walked down all the way to Rama 9. It is not that far a walk, but let's say assuming you're lazy, it's just one station away, you will actually hit Rama 9. So this is like one station away from the highly touted second CBD of Bangkok. So this is Rama 9, and if you look at the train station map, so another station down, it will be Makassar, where you can actually head over to the airport, and then you go to one more station down, you go to Asok, which is like very central Bangkok already. So if we look at this detailed map of the transit lines of Bangkok, present and future, I would like to zoom in. You can see that here, all right. In fact, Rama 9, it being people always talking about it being the so-called the second CBD of the Bangkok. The interchange is actually gonna be at Thailand Cultural Center. So you can see that this is the existing blue line. So this is already up and running. Uh, it will be a interchange for one station, which is on this orange line. So you can see this orange line is gonna be a rather important line because it's gonna be bringing people on the left and right of the map, instead of having currently to maybe take one big round, or probably you have to drive or take a bus to get to Rama 9 area. With the orange line up, it actually will link it across so that people from say somewhere here, on the right hand side, Huamak, this area, or to the left, okay, it can actually brings people also along the pink line. They can actually change to the orange line, and then it can comes to Thailand Cultural Center very easily. And people will need to come here because even if this is not the place that they want to be, Rama 9 is a very important landmark where a lot of the officers are currently. Unilever is there. There's a lot of law officers, legal officers as well. Our personal lawyer is actually situated in Rama 9 as well. So I foresee that once this is up, Thailand Cultural Center as a location will further increase in its importance. So now the question is whether you are able to find something that is of good value in this location. And if you were to study what are the available land banks around Thailand Cultural Center, is also pretty much developed. So as you saw on the map just now, if I just go back, right? So back here over at Thailand Cultural Center, on this side is pretty much fully developed. Okay, except maybe here you have some empty lands. So Noble Revolve Ratchada and Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 is one of the earlier condos that are available right now before the orange line is constructed. We do not know whether this will be demarcated for condo developments. Okay, so that's also a big question mark. But even if it becomes so, then you can be sure that the developers will definitely be selling it at a higher price than what is being offered for Noble Revolve Ratchada and Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 as well. All right, so that is the reason why I'm strongly proposing that you can certainly consider Thailand Cultural Center as one of the hotspots for property investment. Okay, and if you look around now, I feel that Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 does represent one of the condos with the best value in this location right now. So let's go back to the project proper. Okay, now let me run you through the details of the development. Okay, it's a completed project. All right. So let's look at the unit types. Um, Again, you have your one bedroom. Okay, so you have the very small one, more like a studio, 22 to 20, yeah, about 22 square meters. Or then you can have a slightly larger one bedroom, 25, 26, or then you can actually go for the two bedrooms, two bed one bath and two bed two bath. Okay, the demographics of the people that are staying here are a mixture of expatriates and also the Thais who are actually working nearby. So a lot of them, they are like just staying alone. So that is the reason why we have all these one bedroom, small and one bedroom. The turnover is actually very fast currently in this area. All right. We can now just have a quick look at the facilities. Okay, the swimming pool is on the 6th floor, so the facilities are on the 6th floor. I have been there personally myself. The facilities are not fantastic, I would say. So this project is purely buying for location. It is they're actually clustering a lot of small units per floor. You can see here. So this is not exactly your ideal retirement property. But you are literally buying a very good condo in a very good location for fast rental. Okay, this is the 7th to the 41st floor, so it's pretty much cookie cutter per floor. Units on all over the different facing 25. All right. So it's just a matter of what units are available and and which facing, and how high a height that you can get. Okay, we just briefly run through the floor plans of the typical unit. So if you are going for the smallest unit, which is the 22 square meters, all right, that will be, yeah, unit starts from the 7th floor to all the way to the 41st floor. This is how it looks like. All right, the entrance is here. All right, you come in here, so a bit different in the sense that sometimes we are used to seeing the entrance being somewhere here, so the unit is kind of elongated, but this one it is kind of like running lengthwise, so that I from experience these kind of units will actually be brighter because the distance of the window to the wall is actually shorter, so the entire unit will actually be more brightly lit for this layout. So come in, um, they tuck the kitchenette to the right hand side, which is nice. All right, so you will see your living, and then you have a nice little balcony over here, and the bedroom will be a sliding door, but it can be enclosed, so it's pretty cool. Very good layout. Okay, if you are going for the slightly larger one, the 25 square meters, all right, this is how it looks like. Bedroom. Okay, so I guess one of the bigger difference is the bathroom. Okay, it's kind of like more or less attached in that sense to the one bedroom. Whereas if you look at the smaller one, the bathroom is away. All right, that's how, because they can't find space over here or here to build it. But likely studio, you always be just yourself at all times. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, but both definitely can put a double bed. Okay, that's another configuration of the one bedroom, 25 square meters. Okay, and you have your two bedroom. If so, hall, all right. Two bed. This is a two bed two bath. Okay, because the two bed one bath are fully sold. So you have your master bedroom. The second bedroom is a bit smaller. So according to this design, so likely you only be able to put a single bed, or it can be used as a study room or just an extra room for your activities. All right, so this is the some of the pictures of the building. All right, this was a rendering done for the lobby, but I can tell you the actual lobby looks nicer than this photo. All right, because I've been there. So when I was there, right, so a lot of the residents are actually chilling and hanging out over here. There was some, I think a number of the locals actually bought for their own stay. So I actually see teenagers studying around here, and then you have some adults that were just having coffee and just sitting around looking at the papers. This is another angle. The lift is actually somewhere behind here. All right, we actually walk in, and then the unit is actually tucked further in from the main road. So the noise level is still pretty okay. All right. So because you walk, there's a bit of a setback before you enter into the ground level hall. Okay, this is the pool on the 6th floor. Not a very big pool, but I think sufficient for your tenants' use. Okay, this is another view of the pool, the gym. Okay, there's also a garden on the various floors. Okay, so I've pretty much gone through the basic facts of the development. I think this is a very straightforward presentation that I'm going to do today. It is all about location. I think the idea behind you wanting to consider this project, if you are looking for a good property that is in a location where it's easy to get rent, I think this is probably one of the good properties that you can consider right now. And this is a completed property, so once you take over, you can actually start seeking tenants, right? As I was mentioning, the turnover right now over there in that location is actually very fast because of I think two reasons. All right, number one is it's very convenient next to MRT and it's so easy to get to town, and number two is because it's still pretty much brand new. All right, and the third point, I think because of the unit type, the developer have came up with like 25 square meters, so it's good enough for like maybe 1 person or 2 person to stay inside. If you have a larger unit, generally the landlords will be asking for a higher rent, right? That's how it works for like the luxurious condo in maybe Prong or Thong Lo. For this, the target market, the niche would be the white collar middle class Thais that are working nearby. You can also be there could also be expatriates that for people who have a budget that is less than 20,000 Thai baht per month, because right now the asking price around there is about 16 to 17,000, or maybe in some cases 18,000 Thai baht per month. So if your budget is around there, then and you're looking for something that is next to the MRT, then this is probably one of the better ones. All right, because over at Rama, if you were to get something over at Rhythm, or maybe some other projects that are around, either they are older or the walk might be longer, and also because it is a lot more clustered and congested in that area. So some people may not like it. You want that convenience, but at the same time you don't want to come down to a circus every day. It can be a bit frustrating. So this area is quite nice. It's a nice neighborhood. It's like pretty residential, and you don't really get too many people just like walking there for no reasons. Anyway, all the activities are on the other side of the road, because the office towers are actually on the other side of the road. So the busy portion is actually on the other side of the road also. So that has nothing to do with people who are staying over at Noble Revolve Ratchada too, right? But anytime you want to join the fund, you just have to get into the MRT entrance, go down via the underpass, and you can actually get out and you'll get to Esplanade. So even if it rains, just that short distance, other than that, is pretty convenient. And for those of you who are buying this as an investment, right, good news is that it does come fully furnished. So when you buy this brand new unit from the developer, Noble Development, they actually provide all the furniture. So it's basically they make it hassle-free for you as a foreign investor. So once it comes, maybe just buy a bit of stuff to dock the place a bit. Other than that, the major bulky items like the bed frame, the coffee tables, the dining sets are there. Alright, so you can just simply they're brand new anyway, so you can just take over the keys and you can engage us or any agencies that are active in that area to seek a tenant for you, right? Or perhaps, I think existingly, there are also people who are walking into the concierge that is on the lobby area and asking whether there are any available empty units for rent as well. So that is why I think this is a good property. So now let me show you what kind of price range we are talking about for this project. There's still some units left for sale by Noble Development directly. So you're really getting a unit brand new, and you can look at either the 1-bedroom big small or the 2-bed 2-bath units, right? So the 1-bedroom, if you're looking at those the about 22 square meters, then the price point will actually starts from about 4.83 million baht. And if you're looking at the larger ones, the 1-bedroom, then we are talking about close to 800,000 more on average, 5.63 million baht. And the 2 bedrooms, I think the lowest price unit currently that I can see is 9.15, and but most of them are actually 10 million outwards. So this is the price that you can come to expect if you are looking to get a unit in Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. Okay, and we just take a quick look. All right, so if you were to just see what's in the market right now, people for the larger 1-bedroom are generally asking about 17 or 16. Some, you see, even the small ones, they're asking about 16,000 Thai baht per month. The small one is about 16. All right, so for the 2-bed 1-bath, I think we have one last unit for sale. So they are asking about 25. So the 1-bed 1-bath about 18, 16. Right, so this is a guide as to the going price that are in that project right now. Okay, so now if we were to just do a quick calculation of the yield that you can come to expect from this property, you can see that most of the studios are actually asking about 16,000 thereabout. But let's be a bit conservative. I'm going to use 15,000 as a guide. So let's say you get a rent for 15,000 and you multiply by 12 months, and say you bought the unit for 4.83 million. That would be about 3.7%. All right, or if you want to round up, that's 4%, which is okay. Seriously, is okay. But do not forget that buying such a good location, your turnover is actually very, very fast. So that means the downtime of your condo is very, very little. Out of 12 calendar months, if you are able to get it tenanted for at least 11 months or maybe 11.5 months, I think that will way surpass a condo that promises you arbitrary yield of about 5-6%, but at the end of the day you realize that it cannot be achieved, or maybe half a year you actually have to leave it empty. So so over here at investbangkokproperty.com, we actually try our best to tell you exactly what is the situation on the ground, so that you actually can make a sound decision based off real figures and real statistics, right? So 4% is about normal. Of course, you also have to ask yourself whether how often will the unit be occupied. I think that's another portion of the equation that a lot of people sometimes fail to consider as well. And plus the price point of 1-bedroom in this kind of location, for about less than 6 million Thai baht, I think it is really, really very, very attractive. I guess that's all for this video. In conclusion, I think this Noble Revolve Ratchada 2, it's definitely not a luxury grade condo. I would categorize it probably at about a B plus kind, because you realize that there's quite a number of small units being put together in a single floor. So they are definitely not going that direction of those that you see in maybe Noble State 39 that they have in Bangkok. Alright, they are totally different. They're targeting a different class of people. If you are looking for a property in Thailand with potential upside, I think this is something you can consider, because number one is already so near. I would say it's also within the second CBD of Bangkok, right? So it's only one station away from Rama 9. The Stock Exchange of Thailand is just right across the road. So there's definitely a lot of potential. Plus the fact that in time to come, once the orange line comes out, this will definitely be a more busy. It will definitely be a busier station than before. So a lot of people from the left or right of the map, they will actually take this orange line to come to Thailand Cultural Center in order to get to Rama 9. That will probably be the most efficient manner. So that would make Thailand Cultural Center a very, very important intersection point for human traffic to come in. So that will also means that a lot of tenants will find it very convenient to stay around here, because to get out or even to come in, this is like an area that have very good transportation infrastructure. Existingly, there are 2 malls around, and if it's not around, if it's not enough 3 stations, you get to Asok. So it is I don't know how much better you can get, because you know that if you were to get something in Asok, the price won't be below 5 million Thai baht, that's for sure. Okay, unless it's like 10 square meters, then maybe yes, right? Yes, and for those of you who have a limited budget to work with, this project allows you to come in at an entry price of about 5 to 6 million Thai baht. Nowadays, 5 to 6 million Thai baht also a bit tough to get something at Akamai, right? So that's another very, very attractive reason why I think Noble Revolve Ratchada 2 is a project that has a lot of potential. Plus, it is a ready-made property. It's fully furnished. So as a landlord, take over the keys, check some defects, make sure everything is okay. Take the keys and hand over to your agent, and they will be able to start putting in tenants for you. That means you almost immediately, once the handover is done, you can start collecting rental as well, right? The only drawback, if you want to call it, is because it's a ready project. So that means the entire portion of the funds has to be prepared and ready by you within usually 3 to 4 months of the completion. Because when you buy a off the plan project, let's say you're buying it for 5 million, you actually only need to prepare about 25 to 30% of the cash of this 5 million Thai baht. But because it's a ready project, so you would have to have this entire sum readily available. If not, then you can consider taking loan for a portion of it. All right, so that's of course entirely up to you. Okay, so so that concludes this review video for Noble Revolve Ratchada 2. If you are interested to find out more and you want to know what are the units available, or say even if you would like to plan a site visit to see the actual unit, please get in contact with us. I will leave my contact number in the description below. Call us up, alright, we will be able to show you. In fact, our office is just nearby. That's all I have for now. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, or you can actually contact us directly. for Noble Revolve Ratchada too. Alright, so I will sign off here. This is Kevin once again from investbangkokproperty.com. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.